Honestly, after this match, this shitty ass match, I feel like I should be the one retiring, not Undertaker and Goldberg. Because the shit, I just watched this shit and it was just so bad. It was so bad. I just felt sorry for both of these guys. It's definitely hard seeing people that you looked up to as legends and stuff that are not doing as well anymore, and they are terrible, man. At this point, what I was worried about the most was that I honestly thought that they would both actually get injured or paralyzed from the botches that they were performing. Goldberg with the terrible jackhammer, Tombstone. Well, that was a botch. That was a big botch, but obviously they were safe in that time. And then the Undertaker tombstoning Goldberg and almost, well, basically he did bump his head. And Goldberg hitting the post, that's when everything went downfall. And it was just be like, it was just bad. It was so bad to see, that just, I think if this isn't it, I don't know what's going to tell you that it's time for these two to like literally just retire, never wrestle another wrestling match again. And you know what? I think they made their money. And you know what? Just for Super Showdown, they came back. Like, how many times have they retired at this point, right? Countless times that they've retired, and they just keep coming back for more terrible. Undertaker is one of my favorite wrestlers, right? But he has not performed in the past 6 to 7 years. It's all been bad matches, terrible matches, terrible matches, terrible matches. It's one after the other. I think he should have just put up his boots once he had the end of an era match with Triple H in the Hell in the Cell. They called that end of an era for a reason. Both are still wrestling. I don't get it. You know what? Maybe it's me, but I don't get it. I don't get what they're trying to do here. I get it. WWE keeps bringing them back because of their shitty ratings, but hey, Vince, this is not going to help you anymore. This is just putting a sour taste in your mouth, especially with the main event being so bad. Like, that just, it just puts a sour taste in your mouth that, hey, look at all these wrestlers you used to watch. They can't wrestle for shit anymore, and they're going to injure, like, if not one, they're going to injure each other with this match. So it's best that, you just let them go at this point, man. Like, it was just bad seeing it, It started off okay, right? 2 spears, and then eventually, a tombstone where Undertaker bumped Goldberg's head, then where Goldberg, speared into the turnbuckle, basically knocking himself out. Reportedly, he says that on his Twitter, that was the turning point of the match, because he actually was hurt. You can tell the way he kind of grasps the ropes after that. It's kind of in desperation at that point. After that, he even still goes for a spear, and, they were trying, but they were just so out of gas at that point that they just couldn't perform. He tries to do the jackhammer, does a brainbuster, almost injures Undertaker's neck, head, and Undertaker looks pissed after that, right? And then right after that, he tries to tombstone his ass. Tombstone, he just falls back, and Undertaker falls on top of him. It's terrible. After that, Undertaker knew that I have to take this shit home. He chokeslams him, pins him. Even when he was pinning him, there was a botch in the back where they botched a pin. So Goldberg, to me, it seems like Goldberg still wanted to keep going after the chokeslam, because he had his leg up. He was like kicking out, but they just ignored the shit out of that, and they were just 1, 2, 3, like, let's go home. Undertaker seemed so pissed. It was so bad, man. I could only picture what happened in the background after that match, like once they went in the back, and what Vince had to say. Vince, well, I don't know. I don't even care what Vince had to say, because Vince only cares about the money. So, that just goes to show that, hey, at this point, WWE needs to realize that bringing back legends doesn't work. To me, you know what? So this is reminding me of TNA at this point. Where remember when TNA was doing very well, then, just to compete with the WWE, they started bringing in Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair to do full matches. This is what it seems like to me. WWE seems like TNA to me at this point. And they're using all of the same tactics. And, they're just, bringing back legend main event matches and, all of that. And the legends, obviously, because of their age and all of the mileage on their body from, performing very nicely for the past 20 years, is obviously there comes a time, we're all mortal. And you have to kind of, just settle back at one point. They're financially well off. They don't need all of this money. I don't know if they do need it or they don't, but I mean, hey, come on, man. I mean, if you can perform, don't wrestle, and it just goes to show that, hey, you know what? It's just like to me. This seems like TNA now, where just they're going crazy because of the ratings. Everything, John Cena's not around, the kids are going away, the ratings are low, AEW's coming, like, they're in a bad situation, man. They are in a bad situation. That's what I got out of this, man. To me, this finally seems like, what we've been talking about for the past maybe 9 years about this company declining, and it feels like maybe we're really getting there at this point, where the legends can't even save their asses. How many times are you going to bring The Rock back for like a couple of weeks? Even though, obviously it doesn't work. They brought Batista back, it didn't work. It's just not, it's not fathomable at this point that bringing back a legend is going to save the company. No, it's not, because the legends can't even perform at this point. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. That kind of goes to show how mortal we are, that no matter who your favorite wrestler was, no matter if he's from goddamn Death Valley or Austin, Texas, or wherever the fuck he's from, it does not matter, man, because mortality is real. And even your favorite wrestler's gonna, devolve and, decline in performance and everything. And, you just gotta take it with a grain of salt. And, that's how life is. So if Vince McMahon thinks that this is what's gonna save his company by doing these matches, that's not the case, man. It's not. People are, look, dude, that became the headline of the show after the show was done, that botch, it was a botch fest, straight up. And from like one of the most professional wrestlers ever, who have so much skin in the game. But obviously, like, I'm not gonna bash them the most, that, hey, obviously it's their age, man. Like, I can't blame them, but at the same time, what I can blame is them taking part in the wrestling, then. You guys know that you can't perform the way it is, so are you just gonna TNA this whole company now at this point? They are following TNA's footsteps at this point, and it's very apparent. And Vince McMahon is the new Dixie Carter to me. That's what it is, man. I just see it that way. There's no other way to put it. Forcing legends to wrestle with all this money and shit. Like, yeah, TNA also threw money at legends. Did it work? No. People don't want to see, like, obviously, see, what do people like about AEW is that, wrestlers perform in a way that's like, holy fucking shit. Like, yo, they're actually performing. I have some visual entertainment right here, right? Because they're doing all these moves and this and that. When you have two legends, no matter if they're legends, man, if they can perform, people are not gonna dig it. Trust me. Have them do a choke slam every WrestleMania like you had Hogan do for a while, right? If that's, if that's what it comes to, I guess. But full matches, man, I think after this is a huge lesson. So where it is that the WWE still says that they have doors open for Goldberg, and obviously what I think is they're going to try to redeem this shit Goldberg, and we're going to have a Goldberg and Taker 2 where they're going to perform a little better. But honestly, please call it off. Please just retire, guys. Retire. I feel like I need to retire after this, man. I feel like I need to just put my shit away, you know, because you know, when you're done, man. And I feel like this match is the definition of that. And, you know, there's only so much that people could say after this one. So, like, comment, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know your thoughts on the match, guys. Undertaker versus Goldberg at Super Showdown. What did you think? Were you happy? Were you sad? Were you like, what the fuck? Like, let me know. And from here on, what should the WWE be doing? All right, guys, thank you for your support. WrestleFlow fans, appreciate it, man. And I'll be out. So like, share, comment, subscribe, guys. Appreciate it. Take care.